Hello, and welcome to your new headstander bench. This is a critical alignment headstanding bench. It's metal. Usually they're black, but I have seen them in other colors too. Maybe you got a feet up headstand bench, which would be wood, and would have a more completed side on one side, and the cushioning wouldn't go the full way. Either way, I'm going to show you today how to use this. Now, with the critical alignment headstanding benches, there is a narrow side and there's a wider side. So it's adjustable for the width of your shoulders. I generally tend to be closer to the narrow side. It feels good on the bony landmarks on the top of my shoulders, specifically the pokey one on the top of the shoulder, the acromion process. If your shoulders are wider or if you find it uncomfortable to be in the narrow, you're more than welcome to move down. If you move closer to the wider side, you must be careful with this crossbar here. Sometimes it will catch your nose when you go upside down. That's if you're really close to the edge. Personally, I think that you should be somewhere in the middle. Try not to get too much closer to the wider edge. When we use the headstander, at the beginning, you might end up using the wall to help you out and to feel confident. When you place the headstander close to the wall, have it on a yoga mat. A thinner mat, not a thick Pilates mat, please. The thick Pilates mat will make it a little more unstable. If you're on carpet, also be careful, especially if it's a thicker carpet. You might want to move to an area where you have a harder floor. You don't want your headstander to be touching the wall. You actually want to move it with the narrow side about, a foot or so away from the wall. Don't worry, the wall will still save you, okay? Why I do this is because we want to make sure that when we go upside down, we don't just end up bouncing off the wall and coming back down. So we need to make that space. So we got the higher crossbar or the sloped legs facing the center of the room. Same thing with the feet up headstand bench. Okay? Everything applies. So first you want to kneel in front of your headstanding bench. And you want to place your head into the center. Now watch out for your earrings and your ears. It's sometimes easier to start in the wider and then moving your head once you get into the headstanding bench. I'm going to move my microphone to the floor. Perfect. When you get in there, you can check with your hands your shoulder placement. Okay? I'm going to start off with about a handprint of all my fingers from my shoulders to the edge of the headstanding bench. Grab the legs closest to your legs and then coming up to your toes. This is called the ostrich. You'll get a good idea of the placement of the headstanding bench once you get up onto your toes. And if this is a good spot, remember, it's not going to be comfortable. To get up from here, there's a couple of options. The best option to create momentum is to kick to the wall. You're going to pick your dominant leg. For me, that's my right leg.
and you're going to kick it all the way to the wall. Try not to bend your knee so much. And then your left leg is going to create a bit of a hop. Excellent. So let's give it a try. Kicking to the wall. I make that look really smooth. Once you get to the wall, bend your knees and plant your feet on the wall. Already, you might be noticing a lot of pressure going to your head. Stay as long as you can. You will get used to that pressure over time. Perfect. To get down, using that same dominant leg, you're going to bring that down to the floor, creating a counterbalance with your other leg and coming down to your knees. Try not to stand up right away. You want your blood pressure to kind of balance out before you slip your head out. Perfect. You did it. You need a lot of momentum. So really try to kick your dominant leg, for me that's my right leg, to the wall, to the point where you feel like you might actually kick a hole into the wall. That's how much momentum you're going to need. Over time, you'll get smoother and smoother once you understand how to get your hips over your shoulders. Okay? Thank you for joining me. We're going to try this out and get comfortable and increase your time getting into the headstanding bench and out of it. Thank you for joining me.